We're on lesson 2 of chapter 4, which is solving proportions. First, we're going to determine proportions using cross products. Then we'll use different methods to solve proportions, and we'll finally end up with a real-world application. First, we can identify proportions using cross products. Remember, product means to multiply. For example, I know that 1 out of 2 is the same as 2 out of 4, meaning if I eat 2 out of the 4 pieces of pie, that's the same as eating 1 out of the 2 pieces of pie. I'm getting the same amount of pie no matter how I cut it. Since I know that 1 and 2 and 2 and 4 are proportional, I can prove that you can use cross products to determine that. So 4 times 1 gives me 4. 2 times 2 gives me 4. So because 4 times 1, which is 4, equals 2 times 2, which is 4, this is proportional. So that's a great way of checking to see if these ratios are proportional. So let's find that out. We have 5 over 6 and we have 15 over 21. It says determine if the following ratios are proportional. So what I can do is I can multiply 6 times 15. Will that equal 5 times 21? Well, I know that 6 times 15 equals 90. So 90. And does that equal 5 times 21? 5 times 21 is 105. So this is not a true statement. This is false. So I'm going to say that's not equal. So in that case, this would not be proportional. So we'll say not proportional. Here I have 6 over 10 and 9 over 15. Are these proportional? Let's do 6 times 15 and then 10 times 9. I can do that in any order. I could do this first or that first. Let's do this first this time. 10 times 9, which is 90. And I have 6 times 15, which is also, if I remember right, 90. So does 90 equal 90? Yes, it does. So these are proportional. So here it says a shade of paint is made by mixing 5 parts yellow paint with 7 parts green paint. So will 21 quarts of green paint and 15 quarts of yellow paint make the correct shade? So first we'll have 5 parts yellow paint with 7 parts green. So we'll say a ratio of 5 yellow to 7 green. So here's my first ratio. That's the one we need to get the right paint color. Next I have 21 parts green or quarts green and 15 quarts yellow. It's really important when you line up proportions to have the same parts matching with the top and the same parts on the bottom. Here I have yellow on the top, so therefore yellow needs to go on the top if I'm going to check proportions. So I have 5 parts yellow. Here I have 15 quarts of yellow right here. So that means that needs to go on the top. 15 quarts yellow. And then I have green on the bottom, so the 21 quarts of green need to be on the bottom. So let's see if these ratios are proportional. Then we can do cross products. 5 times 21, 7 times 15. Let's do 5 times 21 first. That's 105. So does 105 equal 7 times 15? And that's also 105. So if you mix 21 parts of green, or 21 quarts of green with 15 quarts of yellow, you're going to get that same exact shade as the 5 to 7. So we are going to say, yes, it's correct. It's proportional. Here we're going to use different methods to solve proportions. So for most people, the ratio of head length to total height is 1 to 7. So if your head was 1 foot long, your whole body would be 7 feet long. So if a person is 56 inches tall, what should the length of the person's head be? And here's where we have to really be careful to line up our proportions correctly. We have the head height being 1, and we have the total height being 7. So 1 for the head, 7 for the total. So I need to set up my proportion like that. And as I write the next proportion down, it's really important that I match that up. So it tells us the person is 56 inches tall. That's not their head height, that's their total height. So since I have the total on the bottom, I need to put the 56 inches also on the bottom. I don't know the person's head height, right? We don't know that head. So we're gonna do X for the head height. I could have done H for head, but that's okay. 1 times 56 then needs to equal 7 times x if it's going to be a proportion. So we'll have 1 times 56 over here, and that equals 7x, 7 times x. 1 times 56 is 56, equals 7x. And here's your algebra problem. You can divide both sides by 7. And then we'll get our answer. So 1x, and that equals... So 1x would equal 56 divided by 7, which would be 8. So if this was 56 inches, this would need to be inches. So the head would be 8 inches tall. Here it says a helicopter used for firefighting travels 25 miles in 20 minutes. There's the ratio, 25 miles in 20 minutes. So that would be my ratio, 25 miles over 20 minutes. So at this rate of speed, how long will it take the helicopter to reach a fire that is 60 miles away? So that gives us the miles, and we don't know how long it's going to take. We need to know the minutes. So since it gave us the miles, I can match up the miles with the miles. So 25 miles with 60 miles, and then I need to find the minutes. So we'll do m for minutes. And now I can cross multiply and solve. 25 times m, that needs to equal 20 times 60. So 25m equals 20 times 60. 20 times 60 would be 1200. So 25m equals 1200. Divide both sides by 25. So 1200 divided by 25 equals 48. So m, or minutes, equals 48. So 48 minutes is how long it would take. I don't like writing it like that. We'll say 48 minutes. One last real-world application. Lee is reading a 374-page novel for her English class. So 374 pages. It takes her 6 days to read, so that's how long, the first 132 pages. If she continues to read at the same rate, so proportional rate, how many more days will it take her to finish the novel? So I see the ratio here. It takes her 6 days to read the first 132 pages. See, the 6 and the 132 are together. So it would be 6 days and then 132 pages. So here's my first ratio, 6 days for 132 pages. Now we have 374 pages for the whole novel, right? So we need to match up pages with pages. So 374 pages. And then now we can find the days. So we'll put D for days. Then we can do cross products and solve. So 6 times 374, D times 132. So that leaves us with 132 times D equals 6 times 374. So 374 times 6 equals 2244. So 132D equals 2244. So we would divide by 132 on both sides. 2244 divided by 132 equals 17. So D equals 17, or if we're going to write this out, it would be 17 days. So it'll take her 17 days to finish that novel at that same rate.